Hello again, survivors. This is NK Productions. Back again. I like how I keep saying NK Productions extremely quickly. It's like, NK Productions. Anywho, what I have planned for today is a highly requested, and highly requested, and when I say highly requested, I mean 2 people or 3 people asked for it, which is actually pretty cool. Um, a cities slash kin mini guide, and yeah, I'm gonna do that because honestly, it's a good idea, and I've actually had it on my things I can do paper for like what I can do when I'm bored, and I have like 5 videos on there, so I could have stuff in the works, but I don't know. So I guess I'll just do that today. Um, yeah. So basically, how this is gonna work is I'm gonna list the different kinds of the cities. I have 5 different kinds of cities, and then basically how, like, what you do for them, and it's kind of specified, but like there's a kind of universal way for how to play the different cities, or how to your strategy style to the different types of cities, but it's not too specific. Um, it's kind of general as well. But also, don't want to keep this too long because I do know that I have some fairly long 40-minute mini guided bases. That's not very many. Anyhow, let's get on. Let's start with this. So different kinds of bases, etc. Etc. One second. I'm just trying to get to a picture. Sorry here. There's 5. There's the small, medium, large, and huge, which is obviously kin. And then there's a special, like the different kinds of things. Alright, the small would be places like those small little towns that you can't even consider towns. They're just like 4 or 5 buildings, or just hardly nothing that you will probably find when you spawn. They may, if you're lucky, have a military tent, but probably just barricades around it. Not around it, but by it. And so, don't leave out those small towns, because you could still visit it for loot, because you will have the barricades and maybe a military tent if you're lucky, but usually don't stop by those. Second, you will have the mediums, like things like Dirk, Mason, Corey, Oak, those kinds of places that maybe have Pittsburgh, that's kind of stuff, that maybe have like 1 or at most 2 little what do you call them, like interesting things like the church or the fire station or the hospital, stuff like that to visit. Then you have the big, is Vernal and Hark. They're the main 2 large cities. And then we have kin. Kin is basically if you take Vernal and Hark and combine it with a few smaller towns, and then that's what you get. Yeah. And then we have the specials, which are like the mansion, the prison, radio station, all that stuff. Alright, for a medium, for like Dirk Mason, basically, I'll list my universal thing here. So basically, the few things is you want to get in and out. That's the key to this, because cities and other like important like areas like the radio station are player hotspots. That's where you will mostly die at, are the cities and other like important places. You're not gonna die as much as in the field, in like a random cornfield. All right, you're probably gonna die in a city, because that's where the other players are, because of loot. So just you want to be in and out and be quick, and remember that it's also a hotspot for other players, so there probably are gonna be other players there. To be in and out, though, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to check the main areas of a city. So, like, let's take Hark or Vernal for example. It has a police station, a grocery station, a church, and a hospital, and also 2 tents and a few barricades up in the front by other stuff. To get in and out of this quick, what you're gonna want to do is you're going to I like to approach Vernal. This is my secret little thing. I like to go up from the prison to on the hillside by the prison, or yeah, from the prison up by the police station, kind of like there's like a hillside that's overlooking Vernal. I like to go on that, then I like to look in there, because it also, I guess that transitions us to another one. You always have to observe first, because if you don't observe, you're probably gonna miss something. If you going up on a hill and looking into a city is probably the best thing you can do when approaching a city, because you will see if there's anybody in there. maybe just half a minute to a minute, you know, nothing real long. Just make sure that there's not much activity, if any. A good sign is if there's anybody there is if there's somebody there, there's probably not going to be a whole lot of zombies, especially in a specified area like near the police station, you know, that sort of stuff. You could also run into things like no zombies at all. It means like either really a lot of player activity there recently or still there. If there's a lot of zombies, that usually doesn't mean anybody's there because they're going to have to track zombies or clear them out. So that's just a thing to know. But never, always assume that there's somebody else observing you or in your general area. Military snipers, not the rifle, but the marksman, the person, operator, they will, when they're in the field, their rule is how they look at stuff is think that they're always under observation, so that you will always use the right camouflage. You know, you will never take things like you're all alone, you know, and you're safe. Because remember, guys, you are never safe in Apocalypse Rising. Alright, so when you go to observe and you make sure it's safe, you go down in there into Vernal, let's say, and you're gonna want to hit those two tents first. Hit the main areas. So like you could probably skip the church and the grocery store just because they're mainly civilian spawns and there's not gonna be a whole lot there for you. So I would just go the tents, police station, the hospital, and then the front of it, because they will have a few military spawns there by the barricades. So that's just, you want to hit the main areas, you know, like the main fire stations or whatever. All the things that appear on your map, you know, when you look at the map. Alright. Also, when you're going into cities, don't drive in them. Park outside. But don't park too far. Because I'm pretty sure in a video, I'm not sure if I put it in a video, but I stole somebody's car because I was running around and trying to kill this fresh spawn. Like, it was pretty funny. They were trying to zombie train me because they ran out of ammo. Anyway, that's a different story. It's my 50th subscriber. Sorry, I'm sorry. So don't leave it outside, like way outside. Maybe just next to like the gas station or something. What I usually do if I'm going to park it for a long time, shoot out at least one tire and make sure you have a separate tire on you so it's nobody else can steal it. It's a smart thing to do. And also, this is kind of a little base tip. If you're gonna base inside of a city, don't do it in like the police station or the church. I think I said this in a past video, but do it inside of a house. Mainly because people will be checking the big areas, like the police station and things, because you know there's loot there, and if they see your base, they're like, oh, I'm gonna get in. Because that's just the general reaction. So you're gonna want to do that. So that's kind of universal. For the special areas, that's extreme hot spots because there's gonna be players in your area, like radio station and prison. That little, I call it the actually I don't know, I just made this up right now, but I call it the player triangle, like the Bermuda Triangle. It goes from Kin to Vernal to the factory and back. That's where a lot of the players are, especially down by the factory, because that's where all the fresh spawns go to. Kin, obviously, and then Vernal, there are a few players there, but it's mainly in between the areas. So just be extremely cautious when you're near the prison and places like those, because there's usually going to be a player nearby. Alright, now we're going to talk a little bit about Kin. Mainly, like, so you're going to have two strategies to go around Kin. You could stay on the rooftops to avoid zombies and not necessarily fast travel, because you have to like navigate and jump over rooftops and stuff and have the danger of falling and dying. But you can avoid zombies. But be warned, players can see you very easily because you're out on the rooftops, and other players are usually out on the rooftops, so they will probably. Or you could stick into houses. I have recently tried this out, and it works fairly good. If you just stick in the alleyways or in the houses, if any zombies get on you, you can just run through a house. They don't get stuck. You just keep cutting corner sight, you know, do that. Because zombies they're not that smart. They're not gonna like they don't have past finding. They're just gonna run into the wall and get stuck. Alright. But no matter, I'm sorry, I have a game open for Apocalypse Rising. I'm hearing like people dying left and right. I'm gonna figure it out. God. Alright. Sorry about that. But please, with Kin, it is dangerous. Never, ever assume it's not dangerous. There's always presume there's gonna be a person, because most likely there is. that's a main area for people to go to base because they think it'll give them lots of supplies and lots of players to kill. It's a big area for people like groups to meet up because it's very easy to see the Kin Tower because it's like the middle of the map, and also it's highly populated by zombies. Do not underestimate zombies. In Kin, I have actually probably been killed by zombies more than players. I'm a good player, right? You know, I have a lot of friends that are good at the games, good players. I don't mean like player. I mean good player at the game. But they get killed and we get killed by zombies quite a bit. I'll admit this, you know. I usually don't get killed by zombies. I keep a watchful eye. Maybe they'll surprise me and get a hit on me, but I'll usually kill them right away, right? But when it's a group of 5, it almost instantly kills you. Especially when you decide it'd be a good idea to execute one with a well-placed sniper or rifle bullet that you think, you know, it'll make you look cool because you're a sniper or whatever. But then all of a sudden, they swarm you in the packs of tens to hundreds. I have actually seen at least 30 zombies to 40 zombies at one point chasing down one of my friends that was in a car that decided to try to make a zombie train. He basically cleared out a majority of Kin, collecting all the zombies. So, when you're a Kin, never fire around. Always use a hatchet. Always have a hatchet before you go into Kin. Otherwise, you're probably gonna die. Because if you're gonna fire, if you travel by rooftops, you should be okay. But otherwise, you're kind of screwed if you don't have a hatchet. Because it'll be hard to kill one if like it surprises you. You know, if you don't have a hatchet. Because you're going to want to kill it right away instead of running away. That's usually how people react to a surprising zombie. Surprising zombie, that sounds interesting. Alright, another thing is with the middle area, like where all those tents are. That looks very desirable to people. I know it does, trust me. But my main advice for that is kind of just stay away. It's extremely exposed. Anybody in the rooftops around you that can hide and use third person to see you can easily kill you, but you can't use third person to see them. Like, they have a higher, like, they can see down on you, so it gives them an advantage to have a higher position. They also have a better because they can move around without being seen. You, though, you're kind of stuck by tents. You know, you don't really have much cover. You can also get flanked extremely easily, and I mean, it can have some really, really good things that you can get in the middle. I know. But it's just extremely deadly and extremely dangerous. If you really, really want to, go in and out extremely quickly. My tips for this, these mini guides aren't usually how to get best geared out, but how you could survive the longest. So you can have like an M1 Grand and maybe like a hiking pack, but you will survive like a long time if you really, really want to. If you really, really want to, you can just lock yourself up in a building and you'll survive as long as your food and water last. That's an interesting strategy, actually. Huh. But yeah, that's actually a good idea. Sorry. For the center, I mean, yeah, I guess I already said that, but just really be quick in and out. Usually try to avoid it and watch the area around you because there's probably somebody sitting up there sniping off at noobs. Because trust me, me and Vision T100 one time we were going around. I believe I recorded part of it, but not the entire part, which I killed like 6 players. I didn't record that, which sucks. So nobody will have the proof, but I guess I won't have proof, but I guess you could have my friends recording. I don't know if it recorded or not, and it has a bunch of people dying. So. But yeah, we were in Kin and we spotted a huge group of players and like 7 or 8, and basically what happened is we killed them all. We both died once, but we got back in time and finished. So what happened is, I guess I'll tell it. No, you know what? I might start a new series called like APOC Stories, where I just tell stories and stuff that happened. I think it'd be kind of cool. They will all be true, so it won't be like any made up stories. Maybe even some stories of some that I've found before that I think are really cool. Yeah. Kin, before you go in there, watch for like minutes on. Just make sure no one is in there. And because I spotted many players in Kin by going up on that huge hill, you know, that huge hill, that overlooks Kin. If you go up on that, you can spot 2/3 of it around that, so you can make sure nobody's in there. A lot of people are just in the center area, so if you just go around the outskirts and hit that, like the police stations, you know, and the fire stations and stuff, you should be okay. I mean, better than, you know, going in center and probably getting killed. I just don't. I mean, I just hate Ken. Like, it's a cool city. I don't hate that part, but it's the fact, like what comes with it. I always seem to die whenever I go in. Probably with a lot of other people as well. Remember, I'm not extremely talented or whatever at this game, or like pro, you know, pro headshot, no scopes, you know, all day, every day, every day. But yeah, that's just some things that I found is I think Kin is quite dangerous, and I would avoid it if I were you. It's basically the death of me. But I do have a buddy, Vision 200 again. I keep saying like friend, buddy, mate, you know, all these different words. The Vision 200, he has a strange addiction to Kin, like it's his coffee or something. I don't know. But yeah, you should check out his shameless friend advertisement. Check out his channel. Buy his t-shirts. But yeah, I don't think he has anything uploaded of Kin, but he has a strange addiction to it, and he likes to go inside of it for some reason. I just try to avoid it. But yeah, just remember, the hotspots in this place are dangerous. The hotspots in the world are dangerous. And always stay frosty, my friends. Always never let your guard down. Bam. Confusing sentence of the day right there. Can make it more. Always, never, sometimes, usually, when you think that you aren't, really, always have your friend make sure that you're not letting your guard up when it's down, when you're actually sideways up in the place that you realize that it's down when you did it before back then, every day until that day on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, but not Fridays when it's down. You know, I could have made it kind of confusing like that. But yeah, that kind of sums it up. I don't really know what else to say. Just avoid it is my best strategy to survive in Kin. Avoid it, or just go in and out extremely quickly. So yeah, I guess it sums it up. So, all you awesome people out there, remember, stay alive, survivors. I'm out.